Hey guys, we're gonna do a really simple but fun paper craft today, a little papercraft cat. I'm gonna go ahead and color it and then show you how to put it together. Okay, we're all done cutting out and now we're ready to start assembling. I'm gonna place some of my smaller pieces off to the side a little bit so I don't lose them. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna fold down on all the dotted lines. Make sure you get all of the tabs and all of the folds. I often forget one and I don't realize it till I'm halfway through gluing, and it can be a little awkward to try to fold if you've already started gluing your craft together. So if you're working with kids with this, just make sure you help them to make sure that they get all their tabs folded and all the dotted lines. Okay, we've got all of our tabs folded, so we are going to start gluing things together. And basically, we're gonna, oh, see, I even forgot one. Always forget one. There we go. So we're gonna basically make this into almost a little pyramid shape. This is gonna all come together like this. So before I do that though, we're gonna glue the ears on. The ears are gonna get glued to the head, but to the back of it so that they stick out just beyond it, like that. So we're just gonna put a smidge of glue, use a piece of paper for my back so I don't get glue all over the table. Here we go. We're gonna glue one ear on. You might have to kind of adjust. It kind of depends on how you want the cat's ears to look. Make sure the little glue part is hidden behind there. There we go, that looks pretty good. And let's glue our second one. And we're gonna try to match the other one. There we go. Okay, so we have both of our ears glued on. Make sure they're nice and secure. And then we're gonna start gluing the rest of it together. So we're gonna put a little bit of glue on this tab. Fold that. Try to get the corners to line up as best as you can. And I usually use my fingers to kind of pinch in there and make sure that that's really secure, really gets stuck together and starts drying. If you have a hard time, or kids having a hard time getting their fingers in there, you can also use like a pencil or a pen marker, something that they can hold firmly on the inside. Let's do the other side here. For crafts like this, glue sticks normally seem to work the best. It can be easy to overdo it with bottled glue, but if the kids you're working with are pretty good at using bottled glue, or if you're having a hard time sometimes, especially getting like the last tab stuck, it's totally fine to use regular glue. I've had my kids use regular glue with Q-tips before, sometimes especially if we're trying to get it into small spaces. Okay, so for this last one, you can see I've put glue on both of these tabs, both these last tabs. I'm also gonna put glue all over the back of the cat's head, because the cat's head's gonna get glued together. So we're gonna very carefully kind of tuck those tabs in, and at the same time we want to start lining up the head. You can kind of see we want it to, it's okay to peel back and redo it if it's not quite centered right. There we go. Now you can see here my tabs aren't quite staying, so I might hold them. Make sure they stay there. You might have to adjust things slightly. And if I ever get it like this, where this tab's not quite sticking well, I will use a smidge of white glue. Just gonna squeeze a little bit into that crack. And if you're still having trouble, even the white glue's not working, then you can also use tape. Sometimes for the last little seam that I can't get to glue quite right, I'll use some tape. I'm going to hold that there for a little bit, try to get it to dry. Wipe some of that extra glue off while I'm getting it in the holes. Okay, we're going to call that pretty good. Okay, so what we have left is the tail and the little paws. I'm going to do the tail first. Just going to either put a little bit of glue stick glue or a little bit of white glue here. Just a little bit, just right on there. And then you're going to attach the tail right onto that. Now I didn't do this, but you can if you want to color the back of your tail as well. That way from both sides and the back of the ears. I forgot to do that, but you can. That way on all sides your cat looks good, but there we go. We've got our little tail. Get that extra glue out of the way. Okay, and then lastly, we're going to do our cat's paws. We're going to glue the cat's paws right on here. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. This is probably the trickiest part. They're just such tiny pieces. So, be nice and careful. And I like mine to stick out just beyond the edge. There we go. There's one. And then two. But you can have yours all the way up on your cat if you want. I'm going to go ahead and let that dry. And there we have it. We have a nice, cute little cat paper craft.